What's good, everybody? It's your boy the almighty CR21. In today's video we're going to be asking 100 wrestling YouTubers if CM Punk's return was the greatest. Make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know if you were in this video or if your favorite YouTuber was in this video. If I didn't put you in this video, it's all good, man. I just tried to do the most I can, and if you didn't respond, all good, man. Let's just get straight into it. Enough with the talk. Asking 100 wrestling YouTubers if CM Punk's return was the greatest. I tried to ask JD from NY, but he ended up blocking me. You guys want to know, why he blocked you? All because I called him a mark. JD, 40-year-old guy from New York, ranting on late night streams about WWE. That mark blocked me just for calling him a mark. You love to see it, pal. Up first, we have Muscle Man Malcolm, who responded to my Twitter message. He has over 20k YouTube subscribers, couple thousands over on Twitter and IG, and he actually responded to my message if CM Punk's return was the greatest, and he indeed agreed. He said it sure was. So that's dope to see him respond. Let's get to the next one. Up next, we have the man himself, SuperKick Studios, coming in with 2 responses saying that he prefers Edge Royal Rumble 2020 return over CM Punk's. Now, that's a good take. A lot of people are really comparing it, and if you guys want to hear my take, here's my thing. CM Punk, amazing return. Edge, the only difference with Edge, we actually didn't think he could wrestle. I mean, he was near his 50s. We all knew the injury. We were like, you know what? It's just time to lose hope. He's never coming back to wrestle. He'll probably come back for a couple segments, but he's not going to wrestle, like physically have a match, physical one-on-one match or whatever. We thought he was completely done with wrestling. And then he returns in the Royal Rumble. And it was just truly an amazing, amazing night time just to see him back doing a couple spears. Rated RKO reunion for one night. It was just massive. The crowd was amazing. It was in a big venue, so the crowd will even be more louder, more pumped. Nobody really expected Edge. It was rumors, but nobody really expected, Edge is going to come out of the Royal Rumble. Number 21, not even number 30. Nobody expected that. Edge comes out, loudest pops. One of the loudest pops of all time. Pyro, everything's good. It was just so feel-good story. And it was kind of emotional in a way because, like we said, we thought he would never wrestle again. Then with CM Punk, we knew he will wrestle some while. Like, he's not injured at all. Like, he just don't want to come back. But he can when he wants to. So, it was more of like, okay, with Edge, it was more of a shock in a way. But CM Punk was still amazing for the fact that all these 7 years, people wanted him back. The rumors, the chants, and it finally happened. So if you look from a more shocking, I would put Edge just because there was like less anticipation of him showing up. Basically, we knew he was going to show up at Rampage. I mean, they were just teasing it way too much. With Edge, we really didn't know if he was going to show up. It was more emotional. CM Punk also, but it's like Edge, he was injured. So in my personal opinion, I think I'll put Edge, but CM Punk is definitely up there for sure. And up next, we have Joe Cronin, the Joe Cronin Show, with a shocking response. I really didn't expect him to respond. He has about 70,000 YouTube subscribers, lots of followers, on IG, Twitter. He's basically popping. He does his own show, monetize this. He does wrestling reviews, all that good stuff. Joe Cronin just responded with a simple yup. That's enough, man. I didn't even expect him to respond, so that's good. Shout out to Joe Cronin for responding with the yup. Up next, we have a Leahy member, the Elitist. Oh, geez, man. I've known the Elitist for a hot minute. Back when he had like 150 subscribers. Now he got 6k subscribers. He got his own podcast with Bonafide Heat called the Lee Heat. They're doing his thing. So it's very cool that he responded right here, saying it was, man. Shout out to the Elitist. And yeah, man, I agree. CM Punk definitely could have had the best return. Up next, we have SCW Wrestling Channel with a big response. Shout out to him. He has over 1K YouTube subscribers. He got a lot of people over there in his channel. Good content. He uploads almost like daily, so you could definitely go check him out. He got news and all that good stuff. Follow his socials. And he responded with a big paragraph right here, man. He basically said what I was basically saying earlier about Edge. CM Punk is definitely in the top, but he says that Edge return from last year, well, he would have taken that over CM Punk's return at Rampage. Now, I personally, like I said, I do have to agree. CM Punk return was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but Edge, just for the fact that, again, he's injured. He was injured, a career-defining injury that he will never return to wrestling. That he had no other choice but to retire. Just to return 9 years later and still putting up bangers till this day with people like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton. I basically named everybody he faced because all the matches he's come back to have been straight bangers. He even had the best or the greatest wrestling match ever against Randy Orton, pal, at Backlash. Who remembers that? So yeah, good response, man. Definitely check him out. Up next, we got the homie Showstopper TV, man. Definitely go check him out. He has amazing content, live watch-alongs, movies, series, wrestling, AEW, WWE, NXT, pay-per-view watch-alongs. He has all that good stuff over on his channel. Over 7K YouTube subscribers. So he's definitely a big channel on this standpoint. But yeah, he responded with a interesting one, saying it indeed could have been. It was huge. Yeah, I agree, man. It was definitely a huge return for sure. CM Punk, in my honest opinion, is at least top 3. It's definitely Edge and CM Punk. That top, last 3, I don't know who I will put. But CM Punk is definitely up there. You might not be the biggest CM Punk fan. I know a lot of people are not. But you do have to admit, that return was sick. But yeah, guys, that was his response, man. Shout out to Showstopper TV. Up next, we have somebody that doesn't need no introduction, man. The Swerve Show. Big part of the channel. You seen him in a lot. He's always coming in, with the reviews. Definitely go check him out. He's broken so many news, like CM Punk. He's even broken some releases. Ric Flair's debut. Daniel Bryan heading to AEW. Many other stuff he has broken on his channel before anybody else. So definitely go check him out. Follow him on Twitter for very interesting tweets. I'll tell you that. He says yes for the past decade. Wow. Okay, so he's basically saying that was the return of the decade. Now, this decade, we'd actually had a lot of pretty much returns. But I'll say the biggest, obviously, was Edge and CM Punk. I'm really trying to think of other big returns. I want to say Daniel Bryan because it was an injury. But he was really only gone for 3 years. I mean, it was big, but it was still 3 years. Meanwhile, Edge and CM Punk was over 5 years. So, yeah. But, yeah, I do got to agree, man. It definitely could be the return of the decade. Edge is up there. But definitely a good response. Thank you for responding. Up next, we have Tommy NC 2010 saying that he's not the biggest CM Punk fan, but it was good and interesting to see him come back with such a positive response and reaction. Yeah, man, it's cool you have your own opinion. I'm not going to be a mark and then just try to bash you or whatever for your opinion. You do you, man. If you don't like CM Punk, it's cool. But at least, you admit it, he still got a good reaction and everything. Because it was huge. It was really a big deal for wrestling. It got a lot of people talking throughout the whole damn week. I believe he's still trending, man. He's going to be trending to all out. I'm telling you guys that, man. Everybody's talking about CM Punk, man. He's just that big of a deal right now. But, yeah, man, good response. And I like the take, man. I like your take. Up next, we have another big supporter to the channel, DC Wrestling, man. Definitely go check him out. He has a lot of good content. I'll tell you that. He has a lot of interesting videos. Definitely somebody that deserves more subscribers. He's definitely in the path of growing his channel. And just go check him out, man. Follow him on Twitter as well, as you guys can see right there. But he basically sort of agrees. He said it has to be but he's saying that return was just lit. It was fire. And yeah, man, it was, honestly, man. CM Punk returning, like I said, it was just something like a dream. Like, it didn't feel real till like you actually like saw it with your own eyes, and we're like, wow, CM Punk is actually all elite. Like, he's cutting a promo right now at AEW. If you would have told me that last year, man, I would have thought you were crazy, man. I would have thought CM Punk retired last year, but now he's back in AEW. You'll love to see it, pal. But yeah, definitely check out DC Wrestling for sure. Up next, we have the boy Alex, man. Definitely check him out. He's been growing his channel big time. He's got a lot of more viewers, man. I've been looking at him for a hot minute, and I just see his subscribers just keep going up, man. So shout out to him. He does like wrestling reactions for like everything, man. He's doing Impact. All of a sudden, he's doing New Japan. Out of nowhere, man, he just does Raw, SmackDown, AEW. I'm surprised he's not doing AEW Dark or AEW Dark Elevation or GTS Wrestling at this point, man. But he's definitely holding it down with the reactions for every promos, matches. He's doing his thing, and he has to agree. He agrees that it could be the best return and that he will put it at #1 in wrestling history. So that's a great response. Thank you for responding, the boy Alex. Up next, we got HobbiesYodaMan. Make sure to check him out. He wrote that it's one of the greatest pops for sure, but that he'll still prefer Edge's return. Now, I've seen a lot of people say Edge, and honestly, you know, like I said earlier, it just makes sense, you know. We never knew who was going to come back, so it's good to see that Edge was part of this video. You know, a little comparison, because it's a good comparison. They've been gone for a while, and there's one of those things that you're not sure they're going to be coming back. And he also says he'll put Stone Cold's return. That's very interesting. That's the only Stone Cold mentioned in this video, so that's very good. But thank you for responding, Hobbies Yoda. Up next, we have DanteDG. Make sure to check him out. And he also says Edge. Hey, man, that's you, man. I gotta respect it, bro. I gotta respect it, man. I can't hate. Other people have said Edge. I personally will put Edge in my opinion. But hey, I respect your opinion, man. Thank you for responding. And he says Edge was better. Up next, we got RatedR BFB best friend Brian saying, I think it is, man. Hey, thank you for responding, bro. I personally think it might be, but I still gotta go with Edge, but that's just me. But shout out to you, and thank you for responding, pal. Up next, we have Chidi Knows, my fellow co-host, CNC Podcast, you already know, saying definitely. So, hey, thank you for responding. You guys already know who Chidi Knows. Go check him out. Good stuff, you know. Good supporter to the channel. Thank you for responding. Up next, we got Shag, man. My boy Shag, another supporter to the channel. Definitely check him out. He has a gaming channel. He does all gaming, WWE, you know, all that good stuff. He does that on his channel. He said, yeah, so thank you for responding, man. Saying that CM Punk had the greatest return in wrestling. You'd love to see it, pal. Up next, we have Andrew Rios, the biggest John Cena mark. And if you don't believe me, look what this guy wrote. This guy wrote a whole paragraph about John Cena's return and all that. And then he writes that he prefers John Cena return. Now, Andrew Rios is a casual. So, you know, he is my cousin. We've had matches before. He's a casual. Like, he'll watch, you know, the pay-per-views and all that. But he doesn't usually watch the weekly shows, which is all good. But, you know, he says John Cena was better. It's an opinion. I'm not going to go after you. Up next, we got a Gimme a Hole Yeah podcast. Man, shout out to them, man. They've been doing a lot of good stuff over at their page. They've done wrestling interviews as well with some superstars. Definitely a great channel, you know, great podcast. But they responded with a yes. So you'll have to see it, pal. You might just need to be a little bit more patient, okay? Up next, we have Mr. Entertainment, Jacob Cass, saying, no, I was not entertained. Are you not entertained, fella? Wow, man. Hey, your name already says it, man. Entertainment, man. I guess you need to be a little more entertained, man. Like, what's going on, CM Punk? You're not entertaining my boy, man. But thank you for responding, though. Great response. And, hey, I respect your opinion. Up next, we have RatedR for Wrestling, man. He says it's in the top 5, but it's not the greatest. Hey, man, I respect him, man. Okay, top 5. You know, if I had to do top 5, I'd probably have to put CM Punk, Edge, Triple H, There's just been so many returns throughout the past years, man. But hey, good one, bro. I guess you put in top 5. I respect it. All right, up next we got It's CrazyMan with over 20K YouTube subscribers, and it said it will definitely be top 3, but it also prefers Edge's return. Another Edge, man. We've gotten Edge at least over 5 times in this video, which is pretty interesting. But there's also some facts, you guys know. Edge and CM Punk, good comparison. But thank you for your response, bro. I respect it. And finally, we got Jamel McGhee, a good supporter of the channel, said it could be. So this is the last response I got. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Now, I did not complete getting everybody to respond, but it is okay. I try to DM as much as also bigger YouTubers, like with 100K plus and everything. I've tried. They didn't DM me back, but hey, it's all good. We still got some nice responses, so thankful for that. Everybody that responded, shout out to you. And even the people that didn't respond, man, shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody for watching, and I'm out. Peace.